Hi, I'm Paul Cross, continuing to talk about how to create a feature for radio. In our first episode, we created a show called My Show 1. It's a 5-minute feature. In our second episode, we discussed how we need for every piece of audio we ever handle in radio, a name of the piece of audio. We need to know how it ends, that's called the out cue, and we need the running time, how long is the piece. Then we established, we need an intro, an introduction that the host, the announcer, the jock, the DJ, the newscaster, the anchor, an intro that that person can use on air to set up to your piece so that your piece runs and makes sense to the listener, having heard the intro set up by that person on air. We need an intro. Your show is called My Show 1. We know how long it is. It's 5 minutes. It ends with next time. Let's create an intro so that the listener will understand what it's about. One of the scenarios we talked about was, suppose you're doing a feature story in the Arboretum. I like that idea because it has lots of sound possibilities. We could use some music to establish a little bit of it. We've got lots of natural sound. We can hear the natural sound in the Arboretum of nature, the water, maybe the water feature, the waterfall. Maybe there are birds flying over. Maybe there's an airplane goes overhead, so we've got lots of sound. Let's say our story is about the sounds of the Arboretum, okay? It's called My Show 1, and we'll carry on from there. What does an intro need? An intro needs to tell a little bit about the story. Not to tell the story, but to tell a little bit about it. We want the listener to hear enough that they're going to be interested, and they want to hear the story that's going to come. We have to tell the listener who's doing the story. If you create a 5-minute feature, don't you want the listener to know you created it? So we need to tell the listener that it's going to be you doing it. And we need to identify the fact that, you've done this as part of Radio Humber. So you are from Radio Humber. Let's figure out how we do that. You've heard radio stations do this. Here's how we'll do it. The show is called My Show 1. It ends, see you next time. It runs 5 minutes long. It's about sound in the Arboretum. So how's this for an intro then? In our piece called My Show 1 about sound in the Humber Arboretum, how about this? There are a lot of different sounds in the Humber Arboretum. We're doing our piece about sound. But remember, we also talked about some other things going on. Not all of them are natural. Remember, we made reference to the airplanes going over, so let's bring in some of that idea of the story. Now we need to remember to tell the listener who's doing the story and connect you as the reporter to Radio Humber. You want the listener to know who you are, and you want to make sure they know they're listening to Radio Humber. So Radio Humber's Sam Sounds is listening to the nature and some noise. There's an intro.